Yeah, this breaking news coming from Capitol Hill. The Senate passes the compromise bill to keep the government open. The House is expected to vote on it tonight. President Trump has said he will sign it, but he also is saying that he's going to declare a national emergency over border security. So all of that avoids another government shutdown come tomorrow night. But the controversy would be far from over. CBS 2's political correspondent Scott Thuman shows us the president's search for more money for his border barrier could lead to new challenges.
This hour of news is brought to you by...
The road to Washington has a way of seeing things quickly get jammed up. And that certainly goes for legislation, which for the president falls about $4 billion short of his demands for border barrier construction. So he's mulling over other ideas.
We have options that most people don't really understand.
Like potentially pulling cash from Homeland Security, the Treasury Department, or other existing accounts. To really no one's surprise, there's conflict here in the halls of Congress about that too. Whether or not the president has the legal authority and how strongly that might be challenged.
Frankly, think he'll end up in court. There are laws and rules and regulations that, no one is above the law in this country, even Donald Trump.
Will Democrats challenge it?
Listen, I think there will be legal challenges, but let's talk about that after we get this legislation signed.
Although there could already be some wiggle room.
In this package, it gives the OMB and the executive branch the ability to reprogram about $750 million worth of DHS funding. And so that's an area where that could potentially be used.
Though he says tapping into those resources or declaring a national emergency is
an incredibly bad idea and something that's going to get caught up in the courts.
Some hint this allotment of around $1.7 billion for fencing but not a wall may just be the beginning.
This is only a down payment. This is not a panacea.
Senator Shelby has suggested that this is perhaps just a down payment for him.
Anything that doesn't spark Mr. Trump throwing another temper tantrum moves us in the right direction.
On Capitol Hill, I'm Scott Thuman.
So tonight, Senator Jim Risch is saying he supports the new bill. In a statement today, he says in part, this bill makes a down payment on the wall while future funding is negotiated. Plus, I absolutely did not want to see another government shutdown. Shutdowns are bad for our economy and bad for the American people. We will keep working until the entire border wall is funded. And Senator Mike Crapo also voted in support of the funding bill, saying he believes the president plans to declare a national emergency to help secure the border. He says, we need additional physical barriers securing our border. In the coming days, I'll work closely with my Senate colleagues and with the White House to learn the details of the president's intentions and how they will be implemented.
So now let's go to our national question of the day. Do you support a budget agreement without funding for the border wall? Head to idahonews.com to vote. Hover over the news tab in the top left corner of the home screen. There you'll see the drop